Welcome. Today we are diving deep into a really fascinating personality profile from the STIFIn concept, the Intuiting Extrovert, or E for short. Now, these are the people known as the visionaries, the innovators, basically the reformers.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever had one of those brilliant, game-changing ideas, but then you just get completely stuck on how to actually make it real? If that sounds familiar, you're going to want to pay close attention. We're about to unpack the personality type that is literally wired to solve that exact problem.
All right, so let's start with the basics of what makes the IE a reformer. Because for them, this isn't just some catchy label, it's their core mission.
So, what in the world is an IE? Well, think of it in two parts. The I stands for their main processor, their intelligence engine, intuition. The little E is their steering wheel, extrovert. This means their intuitive brain is constantly scanning the outside world, pulling in ideas, trends, and possibilities, and then processing all of that inwardly. This combination? It's the key to absolutely everything they do.
And this really gets to the heart of their purpose. You see, an INT's main drive isn't just to have a bunch of cool ideas. It's to take those big, abstract, pie-in-the-sky visions and actually land them. Make them practical, make them tangible, and get society to buy into them. They're like the bridge between the clouds and the ground.
But here's where it gets really interesting. This personality isn't just a state of mind. It's actually connected to a very specific neurological and even physical blueprint. Let's take a look at the hardware that's running all this visionary software.
The physical makeup of an IE is surprisingly specific. Their operating system runs on the gray matter of the right side of the brain. That's the hub for creativity and that outside-in thinking we just talked about. And this often matches up with a distinct physical type: a taller, thinner build, a long abdomen, and more white muscle fibers. And trust me, this isn't random. It's all directly connected to how they generate energy. And that energy is what we call anaerobic. Okay, here's a simple way to think about it. ENA types are sprinters, not marathon runners. They are built for these short, powerful, explosive bursts of energy. It's perfect for when they get a sudden flash of inspiration or need a quick, intense push to get a project off the ground. But that power runs out fast, which is exactly why they prefer using their creative minds over long, drawn-out physical work.
Okay, so we've covered the unique hardware. Now what about the software? Let's get into the IO's signature strengths.
The STIFIn concept actually lists 10 permanent traits for the E, and here are just a few of the big ones. They are natural-born solvers and totally inspiring leaders. They often act like a detective, really digging deep to get to the core of a problem. But the one I really want you to notice is assemblies. This is their special talent for taking completely different, unrelated ideas and piecing them together to create something totally new and valuable.
Their number one superpower is spatial intelligence. And no, this isn't just about being good with maps. It's the incredible ability to see the space between ideas. They can visualize connections, see patterns, and spot possibilities that almost everyone else misses, which gives them this massive advantage in creative problem solving.
And that amazing ability leads directly to their next strength, innovation. For an ING, innovation is not just some corporate buzzword. It's a way of life. They are constantly looking for ways to create new opportunities, new business models, new ways of doing things, especially when they see a gap in the market just waiting to be filled.
And finally, this brings it all together. They're the ultimate idea assemblers. This is so key. They don't just invent things out of thin air. They take these pure, abstract concepts and masterfully combine them with what the market actually wants. That's the skill that turns their visions into something real and viable.
So, how does an IE put all of this together and actually achieve success? Well, their path is pretty unique, and it revolves entirely around their relationship with ideas.
It's really a three-step process. First, they capture the word. That's the core concept, the big idea, the essence of it all. Next, they do what they do best. They land that idea, mixing it with market demand to make sure it can actually work. And finally, they transform that idea into a capitalized business, turning a simple concept into real, concrete value.
This is how you can spot an INTQ is really thriving. They aren't just thinkers, they are builders. For them, success means owning a business that is the living, breathing result of their idea. It means they've successfully landed the word and are truly living out their purpose as a reformer.
All of this comes together to create a very specific brand identity for the IE, both in business and in the creative world.
At the end of the day, an IE's personal brand is the creator of profit margins. Their success isn't measured by how many hours they work or how much they sweat.
Nope, it's measured by the high value and the significant profit margins that come from their creative work. They are the ones who turn brilliant ideas into premium products and services.
And this quote just captures their ultimate potential perfectly. An I doesn't want to just compete in a crowded, bloody red ocean market. Their real talent is creating entirely new competitive landscapes. They're the ones charting those untouched blue oceans where competition basically becomes irrelevant because they invented the whole game.
So as we wrap up this look into the IE personality, it leaves us all with a pretty powerful question to think about, whether you're an IE or not. What visionary idea is floating around in your mind right now? And what would it take for you to bring that innovation down to earth?